Hello, friends. Have you ever heard of a band called The Who? And everybody goes, Who? No, The Who. Um, yeah, everybody knows The Who. Okay, so The Who is a band that I've never really been huge into. I like them, and I like some of their stuff. I like what they are. I like seeing them. I like knowing that they're out there, and whenever they do a reunion tour or whatever, it makes me feel good to know that they're still there. But I may not buy a ticket. You know what I mean? Um, but they put out some records in their later career that it just didn't hit it for me. But earlier in their career, I really love their early stuff. The early things, not the super early stuff, but then there's a second early that includes things like Tommy and those kind of things, maybe up to Quadrophenia, and then it sort of tapers off for me. But one album that I don't hear people talking about very much, or do they? I think maybe they do, but I just haven't heard because I don't subscribe to a lot of The Who channels. But one album that I really love by The Who, along with Tommy, I think Tommy is a classic, just an amazing rock opera. It's a concept album, which is really difficult to do effectively like that, to have a story that reveals itself from song to song, and then the end of it you feel like you've heard a story, you've gone on a journey and all that kind of thing. And the Who has done that sort of concept album thing several times. Quadrophenia and the Lifehouse thing, whether or not that's out there or not, who knows. But there's one album that I think is an early concept album that that I really love. It's early Who. It's this one right here. It's called The Who Sell Out, and the concept is this really hilarious idea that they came up with, which is really funny. And I'm not sure what the whole story about it is. I mean, I'm sure that the story is out there on the internet somewhere, but they have advertisements on this album. There's commercials between the songs. And it's really fun. I mean, the commercials are actually fun to listen to. It's not annoying. It's not something that you feel like you have to fast forward through or anything. The commercials on here are for these products that they're using, you know, and Roto Sound strings for John here, and but it's the songs. There's like jingles, like advertising jingles, and between the songs, but the songs themselves are quite good as well. This album has Tattoo on it, which is one of my favorite Who songs. It's got Armenia, City in the Sky, which they pronounce Armenia, I think, and then a Heinz baked beans ad, and then Mary Ann with the shaky hand, and then an Odorono commercial, and then Tattoo, which I think is a fantastic song. It's a very poignant, touching song about some boys that go get a tattoo and the response of their parents, and it's a very a great little slice of life of youth, kind of a song. It's very touching and kind of haunting in the way that there's sort of a mythology attached to the idea of getting a tattoo for a kid, or there was back then. But then there's a song called Our Love Was, which is a great song. But then the song after that is called I Can See for Miles, which was the big one off of here, a big number. That is a fantastic song. It's got that classic bending guitar part on that Rickenbacker. It's just a fantastic sort of psychedelic song. The Who were sort of still in their psychedelic mode for this album. Then on the other side, we got some other songs, Silas Stingy, which I think was parodied by the Spinal Tap folks, but it's such a fun album to listen to. You put it on and you feel like you're listening to a show, like a Monty Python show that has amazing songs. But yeah, if you want to get into the Who, if you want to get into early Who, and you haven't heard this album, where you been? It's a great album. Look at Roger Daltrey sitting in baked beans. That's kind of gross, you know. I mean, who's going to eat them baked beans after Roger Daltrey sits in them? Nobody is going to eat them. So they wasted all those baked beans for this photo shoot. And whose deodorant is that big? Pete Townsend's? I don't know. But I love this album. It is really fun. It's got some really touching, poignant songs, some epic songs. I Can See for Miles is a great song. Oh yeah, you know, it's a classic Who album, and I totally recommend this one. It's got pop, it's got commercials. You need it. So thanks for listening, and I'm going to talk to you again real soon.